So, in the start of this year, I got down with severe food poisoning. I think it was in a contaminated burger or something, and I got with severe food poisoning. Like it was E. coli, a very severe form of E. coli, I believe, and it was like really shitty. When I say shitty, I really mean it. No pun intended. So I thought like it's gonna get better at home. I did not know it was a severe food poisoning. I was just like, you know what, it's gonna get better. But my conditions started getting more and more worse. And it got so worse to the point like I was just shivering in chills. And the shit started to look like blood. Because I was shitting blood. Literally. And that's when I realized, yo, this is some serious shit. And why did I get to this point? Because I deal with severe stomach issues all my life. That's all I had ever known. If someone knew me for a few days, they would know I have stomach issues. And I dealt with them, I think, around school time or after I started working. Like, it was always there. So it just triggered in me that maybe I need to get it checked now because I'm literally shitting blood. And that's like 20 times a day. So yeah, I just ran to my gastrologist and they, what do you call it? Colonoscopy. Yeah, they scheduled me for colonoscopy, and they also told me like, they gave me a few medications, antibiotics, and I think the food poisoning subsided. But they were hell-bent on like getting me checked, like why am I dealing with stomach issues so much. So I got a colonoscopy, which was, by the way, very very painful. I didn't know it's gonna be that painful, but it was really painful. And yeah, it just felt like my insides are gonna burst because they kind of like pass it from your backside. I was just gonna say, what are we? But yeah, basically what happened was that I got a colonoscopy, and turns out there was nothing. I waited for 2 weeks for the biopsy results, and they were like really concerned what's gonna happen. I did have a little bit of colitis because of that E. coli food poisoning, but it was a temporary colitis. So, and I was scared shitless. I was full of shit at that time, but yeah, I got shitless because you know what the solutions they give you to drink. I literally cried. I literally threw up a lot of times. That, you know, that solutions that you in juice, you kind of like mix it and you drink it. It's torture. So anyway, I got my colonoscopy done. After 2 weeks, there were biopsy results. There was nothing. Imagine the disappointment of my doctors. And imagine my disappointment because I dealt with stomach issues all my life. If people knew me for more than 2 days, which is an exaggeration by the way, they would know that I deal with stomach issues. And so I realized that maybe I do have some stomach problems, and my stomach is always upset. And when the results came out clear, they were confused. And so was I. I mean, I did not know if I should be happy or sad because, you know, a clear biopsy result did not really tell why I was having stomach issues in the first place. And during the colonoscopy, they kind of saw me panic a lot. And I mean a lot, you know, more than a normal person does, because I was very anxious to the point that even they were sedating me so much to get the procedure started, I would just not shut up. I would just not relax. Yeah, I was clenching my muscles so tightly that it was impossible to perform the procedure, and what was supposed to last for 15 minutes lasted for 40. I was testing their patience, and I think it's with all my doctors, my dentist, my ENT specialist, my gastrologist. I test their patients so much because I'm just so anxious. So they realized that, and there were like a lot of doctors that came inside the room, and they were like just treating me like a freaking child because I was acting like one. Yeah, I got really anxious. So yeah, they kind of realized that I do deal with severe anxiety issues. And the way I presented my case was that it was the same way, because I do deal with a lot of anxiety issues. Anyways, the conclusion came that my stomach issues were due to anxiety, because there was nothing anatomically wrong with my body. Yeah, so there was nothing physically wrong with my body as they had predicted, or maybe they thought, and I thought as well, because all my life, my colleagues, my sister, my everyone that knows me, my friends would just suggest me to get it checked, because there's no way someone's stomach can be this upset all the time. This is not normal. And I thought maybe I have Crohn's disease, maybe I have some, I don't know, some form of cancer or something, because this is not normal. And yeah, it was not normal, because when I was young, I did not have much of a social life. But as you grow older, you go to meetups, but you cannot eat what you want to eat because your stomach is always upset. You cannot get sick all the time because you have work to do. So yeah, basically what happened was that the conclusion came is that it's due to my anxiety issues. And for the first time, I was forced to look at my stomach problems more than just the physical aspect. And I thought, maybe it's anxiety issues, because guess what? As soon as I quit my office, I just no longer have stomach issues. I did get my stomach upset once because I thought there was like disagreement between someone I really love, and yeah, we just had a fight, and after that I was really, really upset, which just killed my stomach. And that's when it really came in front of my eyes how upset my stomach was after that fight. And other than that, my stomach is like pretty normal. I can eat spicy, I can eat anything and everything. My stomach is just so chill. And that's when I realized, the problem is not with my stomach. I was just cursing that poor thing all my life, and turns out this was the problem, not this. And I was forced to look at my stomach problems a different way, and my doctor literally told me to consult a psychologist, because there's no way a person can get this anxious, because I'm freaking anxious. And they were like, you need to get the source of your anxiety in control, because it's wrecking your body really badly. And I was like, maybe it's not my now that I was forced to look at my anxiety in a different way because it was killing me physically, I had to see what was the source of it. And I realized a lot of high stress environment, because I'm a very sensitive person, so I feel like a lot of high stress environments or fights or loud noises or sounds shoots up my anxiety. I used to watch news a lot previously, but now I don't watch the news. People would say oh, but you don't watch the news, that's so diluted and you're just forming your own bubble. But hey, if you're gonna do the work for me, then yeah, fine, I will watch the news. But it's me that's gotta do my work, and I cannot do my work if I'm crying and anxious and my stomach is upset all the time. You get what I mean? So I started to notice the patterns in my life, what's leading me to an upset stomach or what's leading me to anxiety. And I found a few things. For starters, the first thing that I noticed is that if I place myself in situations that I don't want to be in, but I force myself to be in for whatever reason, it doesn't matter how important it is, but if I have to force myself into a situation, my stomach just nopes out. And an example of this would be when I first started working on site. Yeah, so there was this, I when I started working, firstly, I would never be able to work on site. I had this due to my anxiety issue, so I struggled for that for 4 years, which is a different story altogether. Anyway, so this was my last choice. Like, if I am not able to survive in this, then I will just quit this whole corporate thing. Thankfully, I survived because I really wanted to. I wanted to see for myself how this corporate world works, which is shit, by the way. Anyway, so the company did not feel as bad in the start. It wasn't really that bad, but anyway, so when I signed my contract, they were like, you know what, for the first month you can come on site and then you'll go fully remote. And I requested that remote opportunity, and they were like, it's fine, but for the first month you have to come on site. And guess what, every single day before going to the office, I would have bowel movement every single day, non-stop. My stomach would hurt, and I would go to the washroom before leaving for work. Every single day. Even though I was happy. I was satisfied with the company. I was good. I was happy. But I was, of course, forcing myself to work because I wanted to get over this fear. But yeah, every single day. And guess what? That stopped happening the moment I went fully remote. Like the next day, when I logged into work, I did not have that bowel movement. My stomach did not hurt. So yeah. Another time. All the time that I was working, working from home, whenever the text of my manager would come, even though we were pretty chill, but I think my body was rejecting that whole experience. I don't know, because I never really thought of it this way, but it's only when I'm looking back do I realize that. So what would happen was that my stomach would hurt really badly, and then I would be like, why is it this hurting? And because in my mind I was pretty chill, but my body was reacting so negatively to that whole experience. And now the day my last day of work, no stomach issues until that one fight which I told you. No stomach issues. Even right now I'm eating all sorts of crap. My stomach just doesn't give up on me like that anymore. Like, I can eat whatever. I can eat dairy, I can eat gluten, I can eat whatever, and my stomach just loves me. I don't know what to say about this, honestly. It's crazy what anxiety does to your body. It's so crazy. And since we were on this topic, let me tell you another story. So this was when I was in grade 9. And I did not realize that the next day is going to be a chemistry paper, and I had prepared for the English exam. So it was only at night before going to bed that I see, tomorrow's a chemistry paper, bro. I still remember that day. I was so panicked. I don't know what happened to me. I just took a lot of pressure here, and I studied the whole night. My paper went shit, by the way. And after I came home, I cried and went to bed. When I woke up, my stomach just noped out of the whole situation. And my stomach problem was so bad, I cannot tell you how much of a shitty situation, no pun intended, it was. My stomach just gave up on me to the point that I was literally like, I don't want to be too explicit, but yeah, I was just kind of like leaking shit. Yeah, it was that bad. My stomach just noped out. And the rest of the papers, the subsequent papers went shit. No pun intended there too. And my throat would get so dry during the exams, and I would just be keep asking for water. because I was just a mess in the next papers. Like all of them went shit due to this reason, because I became so sick because I took the stress and just killed my stomach. So that's one event that I realized that I literally went sick because of the stress. And after that, I got okay after like 2 weeks, but all of the exam month had passed. All of my papers I just attempted like this. My mom was even telling me to skip and you can give them next year, but I powered through, and thankfully I passed in all of them. Even that shitty exam, the chemistry paper, yes, I did pass. I did not even know how I passed, but that's, I'm just grateful to God that it happened. I did not want it to fail. I was that one kid that was just so hell-bent on not failing. I did not care about the grades as much, but I was like, I don't want to fail in any paper in any of my life. In any of my life? In my life. Yeah. I don't want to fail. So thankfully I never failed in any of my papers ever. Yeah, stupid shit. But anyways, so that's when I realized, like, it does have, the anxiety and the stress kills your stomach literally. So if you're someone that deals with a lot of anxiety issues like me, I would tell you to like do whatever, but keep it under control. Maybe your stomach problems might be due to your anxiety, because your gut is everything. Guess what? Ever since I have stopped having stomach issues, my gut feeling has shot up. Yeah, this is crazy, but it's so real. I'm having a lot more clear gut feelings now, because my gut is not burdened down by that anxiety. So now that it has lifted up, I'm having a lot more gut issues. What do you say? Gut feelings. Yeah, gut feelings. They're a lot more clear now, because I'm someone that gets a lot of intuition and gut feelings, so I think it's so much more clear. I love life now. I love life, and I'm not going back to that shitty corporate world ever again, or in any situation that kills my gut. In school, it would be the same way, but it wasn't as intense. Unless a teacher scolded me in a really loud voice, and then I would have stomach problems. Otherwise, I would not. But I'm not going back. I'm free. So yeah, if you deal with stomach problems, I would say to get your anxiety checked as well. Maybe you might have that. And I realized that, thankfully, I'm thankful to God that there's nothing physically wrong. But I need to get my anxiety. I need to do that. Get my anxiety under control. And a few things that I did is that I stopped watching news. I don't like to watch tragedies or horror movies. It's just a nightmare for me. I cannot watch them. And I don't deal with like a lot of negative people. I just keep them at bay. I just protect my energy so much. I need to live, and I need to live well. Yeah, it's the same with you guys. So if you deal with stomach problems or anything, just keep your anxiety under control and get it checked. It might be something physical. I hope it's not. And I hope it's not anxiety as well. I wish you a lot of health. And yep, that is it for this video. I think it's a long video already. So yeah, basically this is my story. It is it's so ironic. The thing that I struggled with all my life turned out to be anxiety. Yeah, but I'm happy it's nothing physical. Anyway, so yep, that is it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye bye.